Hi everybody, I'm Paxash and welcome back to Paxash Plays Trick and Treat. Maybe in this one we'll find out who this cat girl is. Maybe. I actually don't know. The girl makes a small snort with curiosity after hearing my question. Then she tilts her head and closes her eyes, making a thoughtful face. It seems I have not presented myself. She opens her eyes and gazes into mine. My name is Ashley. So that's her name. I expected something more extravagant. Like Axel. That's not a stupid name at all. My name is Axel. By the way, have you ever been accused of witchcraft? Probably. Before I knew it, I asked that question. I guess it was rather rude for me, completely lacking in manners. But I must not forget for even a second that I am in this cursed forest. Ashley suddenly becomes silent. In plain sight, it was obvious she didn't take it well. She takes her time before responding. Yes, but that was a long time ago. Then she closes her eyes and exhales, emptying her lungs. She seemed to be recalling something painful. Just seeing her made me feel guilty. I'm sorry, it was not my intention to make you remember it, I said, slightly remorseful. No doubt to be accused of witchcraft must have been a horrible experience. Ashley closes her eyes and nods a couple of times. It's okay. It's not like I could blame your curiosity, seeing where we are. Then she looks at me closely with curious eyes. By the way, how do you know about me? Perhaps you are a sorcerer who has lived during these past centuries, she asked, narrowing her eyes as if she was trying to see the inside of my mind. What kind of question is that? No, nothing like that, I answered at the moment. I'm just an ordinary person. I omitted boring, but she didn't need to know that. It's just that there are stories about blah 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 blah. Oh, there we go. I found the thing to go back. It's just that there are stories about witches in this forest. But as you can see, the stories are not very convincing, or else I wouldn't be here. I explained, trying to remove any doubt that Ashley may have. Again, she closes her eyes and nods. I understand. She pauses and looks me in the eyes. It's because of those stupid myths the stupid humans come to this forest, just like you, she then said, looking at me with rejection. Wait, what are you trying to say? We're to blame? Yes, you're to blame! Weird shit happens in the forest and you keep going into the forest, obviously. You're to blame, I replied, feeling offended. Ashley suddenly looks at me disgusted. Are you an idiot? Yes, if you hadn't come, my existence would be nice and peaceful, instead of this chaos that it is every year, she said, ending with a sigh of frustration. You're the one who causes all of this, I was quick to respond. I don't even bother to hide my anger. I can't believe what she says. How arrogant can she be? Ashley opens her eyes wide, surprised. Then she looks at me with annoyance in her red eyes. Do you not understand? Stupid human. Definitely I don't like this girl. Speak for yourself, Axel. I'm only trying to protect you. Her words take me by surprise. Huh? I exclaimed incredulously. You attack me and attack my friends only to protect us? Yes, she simply replied. At the same time she nods, filled with pride and confidence. Okay, that's it. I'm getting out of here. Cannot believe how arrogant and self-centered this girl is. How many times are you going to call her arrogant? After everything she did to me and my friends, I can't stand her any longer. Whoops. Wait! I had only taken a few steps when I heard her calling me. She sounds really worried. You don't understand the real danger you're in here. I stop in my tracks as soon as I hear her. Real danger? I whispered, feeling some doubts. Suddenly I shiver. It doesn't look like she's lying. Yes, I try to chase them away using illusions. Other times I hit them with my powers. And as a last resort I scare them directly, as it was in your case. Ashley confessed, blushing a little as if she felt embarrassed of remembering. And why do you do that? I asked, confused. Something isn't right here. Ashley stares at me with her red eyes. If they continue with their curiosity, they will meet an evil entity that will take their lives. What you say doesn't sound very convincing. Like, are you fucking serious right now, Axel? Like, you're in the magic forest with the magic cat girl, and the evil entity is what really is... Oh, God, I can't with him. I immediately interrupted. The only evil entity here is you. Ashley shakes her head in denial. You're wrong. I'm the good one. Then she said, looking into my eyes with a pure innocence in hers. I'm not laughing. I can only laugh at that comment. It had to be a joke. After doing all that, you say you're good? Don't laugh. I'm only trying to protect you, replied Ashley, furious while waving her arms. She then crosses her arms and gives me an unpleased look. Do you expect me to believe that? I replied sarcastically. What she said made no sense, but somehow she seemed oddly convinced it was the truth. She was surely a bit wrong in the head. Why are you assuming all this? But it's true. You have to believe me. This time she sounds really worried about me. I actually feel a little sorry for her. Ashley then stays silent, looking at me with puppy eyes. However, she soon recovers her proud attitude. If you want, hold my hand. I won't harm you, she suddenly says. I look carefully at her. She has a very arrogant face, as if it was a great honor to be able to touch her. You won't do anything strange? I might call you arrogant like 6 or 7 more times first. I asked distrustful, but after seeing her again, I do not think she was lying. Ashley nods full of confidence. I promise you. I stare at her for a few seconds, making sure there isn't a trap. Okay, but why do you want me to hold your hand? I ask at the same time I extend my hand. Ashley opens her eyes, surprised after hearing my question. Then she stares at me with annoyance. Are you stupid? Obviously to guide you out of the forest, she said just as she takes my hand in one quick move. I then find myself being dragged by this strange girl. But this is the opposite way from where the melodious voice comes, I said, looking back for a second. I felt really curious about who she was. You ignore that voice. It charms men to make them her victims. Think of it as a siren. Ah. Gotta move the mouse, my hand hurts. Ashley explained in a bad mood, with her eyes always looking to the front. It seems she didn't get along well with whoever that person or entity was. Yeah, I can't believe the thing that she called an evil entity she wouldn't get along with. Wouldn't you be the one who collects souls of fools? I asked without thinking. I seriously need more experience when dealing with a girl. Clearly. If only I were more popular. Ashley stops suddenly. She then turns at me, showing me a furious face. You idiot! I already said I'm the good one. For a moment I thought she was going to hit me on the head. You know, as it would be her right, honestly, at this point. But fortunately she stopped before doing so, or biting me again. Okay. I meekly responded as if I were a scolded child. But if you eat me, I will make sure to give you the worst indigestion in your life. You idiot, I don't eat humans, replied Ashley, ending with an arrogant snort. Please stop calling her arrogant. Oh wow, it's been more than 2 minutes. Several minutes had passed since I started to walk hand in hand with Ashley. At the beginning, I did not trust her at all, but the more time passed, the easier it was to believe her. Oh, I can take a drink real quick. I've been talking a lot in the past 2 hours or so. I hadn't noticed before how comfortable her hand is, soft and pleasant to the touch. I blushed just thinking about it. Even if she's a witch, she's a girl too, right? Then I sigh. Come on, Axel. Composure. With every step, the curse of the forest seemed to weaken. The atmosphere was less oppressive every minute, until finally, I was able to forget about that unpleasant feeling. Before I noticed, the darkness had returned to normal, feeling only empty. The rotten smell also had disappeared without a trace. Now I could really say I was in a common and ordinary forest. Even boring. But I could not be more grateful for that. Just a little more to get out, so let's keep moving. Then I set my sight on the back of Ashley, watching her walk in silence. She was completely focused on that simple thing. If you're the witch from the legend, why are you helping me? I suddenly asked, not thinking twice before it. I was really intrigued by that. Ashley stops and turns, looking at me with an angry face. Idiot, do you really think that all witches are evil? Didn't you watch Wizard of Oz? Only ugly witches are evil. Pretty witches are always good. She was right. The general image of witches is not good. but it's not as if stereotypes were truthful. Then she closes her eyes, making an annoyed face. It's true that I had supernatural powers, but I never used them to do harm. Ashley lowers her sight and pauses. Suddenly she looks sad. My only sin was to be born in the time of the witch hunts. That's why I was condemned. That explains it well. I can feel that I can trust she is good. Wow, you don't take much convincing, huh, Axel? But there is still one more question. And how did you end up becoming a cat? Ashley immediately blushes. She was so embarrassed that it was almost adorable. Almost. Well, before my execution, there was a cat watching in the distance, so I decided to transfer my soul to it. She explained, avoiding looking into my eyes. Of course, we now share the body we have, like a deal. The cat will be happy as long as it has something to eat and a place to sleep. I try to provide her with all those... that's still her. I try to provide her with all those needs. And in return, she lets me stay in her body. As she talks, she is blushing shyly. You see, I think it's a fair deal. I replied with a sincere smile. The truth is that I found it a little funny. It turns out that she's both a girl and a cat. That answers some questions. Ashley closes her eyes and nods a couple of times. When she wants to, she can be very cute. Too bad that happens so rarely. You've known her for, what, like, half an hour? Not even? Making all these fucking assumptions about this poor girl. Not saying more, Ashley continues walking to the exit. This time I stay in silence. All that remains for me is to escape from this place. It's been 4 minutes. Well, here we are, Ashley said just a few minutes after we talked. She isn't lying. I could see the end of the forest in the distance. I had to contain my desire to scream with joy at that moment. So the friend's dead? I mean, it doesn't seem like a big loss, I'm just wondering. There must be 2 other humans close here. Your friends. No, I guess not. Go with them and return home. I hope that nobody else comes tonight. Ashley said, giving me a subtle farewell, but strangely she does not let go of my hand. She looks deep into my eyes. Amazed, I notice the gentleness that reflects on them. Can you make me a promise? She suddenly said with an honest voice. It was no joke. What is it? I asked, full of curiosity. I don't know what I could do for a witch, but after helping me to escape, I think that she deserves me to hear her request. End this legend, she then murmured with an air of sadness. I can't understand why she asked for something like this. You can't? Really? She's sick of having to lead fucking idiots like you out of the forest, that's why. I want you to help me keep people away. The legend only attracts more people, as in your case. I need to kill it, replacing the supernatural danger with a human danger. A human danger? So you want to scare them with ordinary dangers, as thieves or ferocious animals? On second thought, there is logic in what you asked. If you remove the element of magic and only leave the danger, then exploring the forest is not worth the risk. Ashley nods and then looks into my eyes, blushing. Yes, exactly, she said, pleased. Okay, I'll do it. You can rely on me. I don't think she can, but okay. I responded with determination. I wanted her to know how serious I was. There was not a promise I would forget as soon as I got out of the forest. Thank you. Then she closes her eyes momentarily and inflates her chest with pride. You aren't as stupid as I thought. I should have expected something like that. Hey, I told you not to talk ill of someone when they're in front of you. I complained angrily. God, I really don't like him. How many times do I have to say that? This cat, I mean, this girl, simply will never change. What the fuck? You don't even know her! You haven't even been talking to her for an hour. What the fuck? After seeing my reaction, Ashley cannot help but laugh. I'm sorry. It's the first time I've seen her so happy. That made me blush. Ashley looked unexpectedly adorable at that moment. My heart was nervously beating, as if I was with a normal girl. Suddenly she stares at me, and gets so close her face is less than an inch from mine. Again, she demonstrates not knowing what personal space is. But this time I don't know whether to be angry or thankful. Having her so close, a beautiful girl, makes me very nervous. This is the farewell, she suddenly said. She then brings her lips to my cheek and gives me a tender kiss. Everything becomes white at that moment. Everything loses its color. Everything is gone. Everything. Everything. Zoe, what are you doing over there? You heard a weird sniffing noise. That was Zoe. 3:18 a.m. I've been wandering for another 3 minutes. I hope she was the evil entity. He deserves it. I'm outside of the forest. I have no idea of how I made it here, but this is no illusion. I'm bewildered, as if I had been sleepwalking. Axel! Axel! Suddenly I hear someone calling my name, but it's not any strange voice. It's the voices of my friends who are looking for me. Hey, over here! I shout without a second of hesitation, with a bit of clumsiness because of my confusion. Soon they found me and impatiently run towards me. Where were you? The worry was killing us, Stephen said with a face that I don't remember having ever seen before. Before answering, I rubbed my forehead. Within the forest, I couldn't find the exit. Alfred was about to say something, but before that I interrupt him. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I was just lost. The important thing is that we're all safe. Yes, you're right. Hey, don't you feel that we're forgetting something? Alfred murmured at the same time he lowers his sight, pensive. Suddenly a blurry image appears in my mind. It was white and bright, but I can't remember more. However, that weak memory awakes a strange feeling of nostalgia in me. It was as if I had lost something, but what could it be? Anyway, we should go home. This has gone too far for a test of courage, I said with no intention of spending one more minute in this forest. They both agree with me. With nothing else to say, we can only return home. By the way, guys, we should write on that page to not go to the forest. Forget about the witches. Somebody might get lost there, as it happened to me. It was a miracle that I came out alive with that beast lurking around. Before knowing it, my lips move. Why did I say that? I have no idea, but something inside inspired me to do so. To be honest, I have no memory of the beast I speak of. All I can remember is that it has red eyes and white fur, but nothing more. Then I remember something. I think it was a promise I made to... Wait, to whom had I made that promise? I think about it for a moment in silence, but in the end I can't remember a thing. No matter, all I know is that I got out, and I'll never come back here again. Alright, well that was the end of the game. I'm guessing there's not multiple endings, because I don't know. You know what, just to see. If I did save on a different one. Let's skip to the choice here. Alright, we're gonna... Oh, it hurts me to do it. It's what I have to do. It's only logical. Blah, 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 blah. Finally, people from this town will be able to live in peace without fearing that this cursed cat would make anyone else disappear. Killing a... Is it? The thing I have to do is grab her neck and twist it. Twist it with all your strength until you hear a snap as if it were a branch. After that, she'll not move anymore. You don't have to think, just act. In silence, I observe how my hands move to her neck to carry out my plans. I don't even want to imagine what my expression looks like at this moment. It must be terrifying. My concentration must be eerie for anyone who could see me, even repugnant. The cat does not resist. Fearful, she does nothing more than tremble, ignorant of what would happen to her, but knowing that I have no good intentions. I'm ready to apply force. Good. Suddenly she scratches my face with a quick and precise attack. Okay, so I'm not even gonna read this. Because I'm guessing that it's basically, okay, so she just transforms here. Alright, I'm gonna... We're just gonna go back. Setup. Oh, Jesus. Oh, main menu, there it is. Yes, we're gonna do the main menu, away from that noise. Alright, so that was Trick or Treat, the story of 3 assholes who go into the woods and meet a witch. Or one of them meets a witch. Like, I never want to say anything bad about a game, because I can't make them, and, like, they all require effort, but eh. It was basically the plot of a shitty horror movie. Anyway, so, God, I feel bad saying that. Like, it's not that bad. It's just, I just really hated the main character. He just seemed like such a fucking douchebag. Totally on the cat girl's side. Alright, now I'm gonna end it. So, that'll be the end of this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.